What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zyralos. I wanted to do a new series, a storytime series, basically where I'm going to pick a random topic, not too random, but something that I feel like a lot of people can relate to because I've been playing this game for a very long time, and I just want to share some experiences of mine. And so, this being the very first episode, I want to go over the very first time I was scammed. Yeah, I think everyone's been scammed before, but this is kind of like the very first time. And keep in mind, I was a youngin. I was like in middle school or something like that. And basically, I think it was like 12, maybe 12, 13, around that age. I don't I don't remember how old many people are in middle school anyways. But basically, my very first time getting scammed, it was out of a rune armor set with the Zamorak trim. Yeah, all the OGs know that. And that was some, like, back then, I think the dragon chain body was like 20 mil, and I didn't have that kind of money, but I would spend every single morning. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. and I would be in the Falador mining guild, and I'd literally just be just mining away for coal, and just so I could sell it, and that was literally how I was making money. And I'd basically spend that hour or two before getting ready for school, and I'd just be like, I had to sneak downstairs so my parents were asleep, and for some reason the computer's in the kitchen, and I just remember it was a very hard stool I had to sit on to do this grind, and it was like, damn, I was struggling in the trenches, but basically I was doing that for a bit, and I made like 8 mil, I think, after a certain period of time, because I was just grinding. I was grinding, and it's funny because I hate mining now. I despise it. Like I've never stepped foot in that guild like since it's been this long. But basically, what happened was I was able to afford my first rune Zamorak trim set. And I believe that was 8 mil at the time, I believe. And basically, I was so excited I had it, and I didn't think I can't even remember if I could wear it, but I was grinding for it, and I got it. And basically, this scam involves two people, like a lot of scams do, and you basically had one person. He would stand like somewhere. It used to be like the Varrock area, like there was no Grand Exchange, so everybody, and I mean everybody, there was hundreds of people just scattered around this area, and basically everyone was trying to trade and make money. A lot of merchants, everyone was trying to merch items and flip them and whatnot. So basically, I was in this area, and there was a guy selling. It was like a cocktail. It was like the dragon fruit cocktail or something like that. That was the item, and I had never seen the item before, and I was like, "Yo, where'd you get that from?" And I remind you guys again, there was no Grand Exchange, so you couldn't like search up the item and just buy it. Like everything was like from person to person, and so he was selling it, and I was like, "How much?" And he was like, "Offer or whatever." He never had like a price, and then I see this other guy, like he's like all the way in the corner of the bank or whatever, and he's like buying cocktail for 10 mil. And like when I think about it, I'm like, how do these two people not see each other? Like they're literally in this like like if I went into the bank right now, it'd be like one guy at this door, and then the other guy is like at this door. And like there's no way they couldn't have seen each other if they really were trying to buy that item or trade that item between each other. So, me being a stupid kid, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I could buy the cocktail from this guy I'll trade him my Zamorak set, whatever. Because I'm about to make 2 mil, because remember the Zamorak set was like 8 mil, right? And this guy was trying to buy that cocktail for 10 mil. So I go and I trade this guy the armor set for the cocktail. And I shit you not, as soon as I do that, the other guy buying the cocktail, he logs out. And I just basically lost like 8 mil because that drink you could buy at like a shop for like less than 1,000 coins or something like that. And at that point I was like, fuck. I just lost like all my money. And I don't know if that scam has an official name, but that's literally what happened to me. And I was like, yo, what the? I'm pretty sure I quit. I'm like 90% sure I quit after that. And like any other RuneScape player, I came back, you know, a couple years later or whatever. But still, like, that was my very first time getting scammed. And honestly, it was very traumatic. I still think about it to this day. I'm like, damn, how did that happen to me? But yeah, so that that's pretty much the first episode of this series I wanted to put out. And if you guys kind of like these kind of things, then, you know, drop a comment, drop a like, whatever it may be. You know, I'm interested in reading anyone else's stories and what they went through in this game. And yeah, I've got more episodes to come. But I'll see you guys later.